Well, good morning, everyone. Morning. How's everybody doing this morning? It took us short. Well, it's dropping right now. Let's see what we got from a higher time frame perspective. What do we got? We swept the highs. We swept the previous week high. Okay. Looks like it might be deciding where it wants to go today, huh? Good morning, John. Georgette, good morning. Just landed in Rio, Brazil. That sounds so nice right now. I'm assuming that's a fairly central time zone, isn't it? Is that Central Standard Time? I'm curious. Yeah, that's crazy. That's cool. All right, so why don't we're gonna go ahead and get started here this morning. I don't trade. I invest in crypto, some of it, Bitcoin, XRP, that kind of stuff. Let's go ahead, open in prayer, and then we'll take a look at the market. It is selling off right now, so let's see if we can take a look at it. Father, we honor you this morning. We just pause everything around us, Father, and we just fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. Lord, we just commit this time to you. Father, would you bless the work of our hands? May it be for your glory, not our own. We renounce all selfish ambition, vain conceit, Father, and we fix our eyes on you, Lord. I pray a blessing over everyone here, that they would be blessed in every way. In Jesus' name, amen. I have a bit of a runny nose, I can tell. We'll deal with that here in a bit. Let's go ahead and mark our levels out. We need to get that done. Let's get this stuff done. Let's go ahead and be intentional here. All right, so we've ran previous day high. Previous day low is, in my opinion, out of the books. We're probably looking, if we want to go higher, we'll see if we want to go higher. It just might be. We have some imbalances up here on the 4-hour that have been untagged. So there's a 4-hour imbalance. But we haven't swept any liquidity. Interesting. No liquidity swept on the downside, on the sell side. So there's our next imbalance. We're going to delete all this. Quick question, bro. Can you give your honest thoughts on a Christian on prediction markets? I think that's gambling. I teach my kids to stay far away from that. Stay far away from that crap. I think all the sports betting, it's crap. It's all designed. Why do you think? I mean, I need you to logically think about this. I want you to find a handful of people that make a living off it, that are very wealthy from it. Okay, number one. Number two, why do they promote it so much? They promote it so much. Why? Because it's that profitable for them. Think about it. They spend so much money on advertising. That money is coming from somewhere. That's coming from bets being placed. Sorry, I have a strong opinion on it. I think it's foolish to play prediction markets. To me, that's not being a good steward of the resources the Lord has given us. All right, so dropping down to the 4 hour isn't giving us much other than bullish intent. From an hourly perspective, let's see what we got. Got this hourly fair value gap here. There is an hourly down here. We'll just mark it. We got low resistance liquidity down here. Do you guys see that? Oh, we got some relatively equal lows. Here's I think the fine line for that BC is just like with trading. If you have a strategy and it's consistent, then I think that's different. But most people bet just because they're feeding into their emotional desires. I can make a lot of money if I win this, right? That's the emotional desire. We're going to pull over this London low from February 12th. London low, February 12th. I'm marking as a breaker. If it's not that one, it will be the next one right here. And it's a 15-minute. We'll mark that and bring that over too. That looks good. And then we have the breaker at the bottom here with an overlapping order block. That looks good. All right, so we have some upside targets. We have some downside imbalances and liquidity pools. Let's go ahead and mark our London high and London low. Here's London low. Looks like London highs already ran, midnight open. We had State of the Union last night. I just watched highlights from it. I did not watch the entire thing. Sounded like it was everything I've heard him say 100 times. This looks interesting, this 15-minute right here. It's underneath all of this consolidation. So I like that. And let's mark our opening range gap. Large discount, opening range gap. All right, let's look at structure here. We do have sweeps of liquidity, manipulation. We have a breaker right here with equal lows down here. That's not bad. I'm interested in this breaker. I think I really like this. I think I'm gonna go 2 contracts short right here. And if we violate this inversion, then I'll close the position. But I'm gonna go short right here. And target can be all the way down to this hourly at 104. I will play this into the open. Let's see if this works. I mean, we have a sweep of liquidity. We've hit, I mean, it looks fairly decent. I just need to protect if we do close here. $18 seconds. See if it happens here. And no. Waiting. See if we pull down here. Nope. Come on. We tap the breaker. Nope. It did not give it to me. I really like that. I did. This is why you don't oversize. All right, so here's opening price. We have these levels here. I'm interested in shorts. I want to see a pullback here. Hello, sir. I'm in a losing streak in my funded account. I'm feeling so disappointed. I don't know what's going on. Just feel very dismayed. Well, the answer is reduce your size and maybe even take a break. You can't trade like that. You're not going to want to trade like that. It's too large. Ew, that was nasty. I don't have a problem trying to take that maybe off the open. I like the discount opening gap too. So there's multiple things that were attractive to me. We had a sweep of liquidity. Technically, that last candle did close above it, so still bullish on the hourly. Even though it hurt, it didn't destroy. It doesn't destroy anything. It doesn't put me in a hard spot. So we got this hourly and London high up here in this 15-minute. We're going to keep an eye on those. See if it's wanting to reach for those. Let's confirm. Do we have any news? I know that we have some type of news. Oh no, no news today, Wednesday. Good morning, Kay. Waiting for our first presented fair value gap. Do we have a 5-minute change in state of delivery here? I bet you we did. No, we didn't. Interesting. The only thing I could say about the trade that I took is there was not a 5-minute change in state of delivery. Here, this series of up close candles, we did not close below it. We had a wick below it. No, we didn't even have a wick below it. That could have been an indication. I really did like the structure. I like the discount opening gap. I like that we're in a premium. I like that we had an hourly target. Hey, Jason, yeah, I've used them. Yeah, I have a link down in the description for it, for a discount. The only thing, I just didn't have a good experience. I think their product's great. I just personally haven't had a good experience with their customer service. I've had multiple people I tried to give free accounts to. It was extremely disorganized, not very on the affiliate side, it really wasn't a great experience, but they have a great product. I think they have a good product. They don't have, there's no monthly subscription, so you pay a one-time fee. It's about $150 and very similar to a take profit trader. Sunny Cape Town. I use Apex right now. There's so many stories about them. Not sure what to believe. Has anyone ever received a payout from them? I've received many. People like to complain. People like to complain based on them not following the rules. Now, if you are extremely profitable, like some of these top payouts people have gotten, they will kick you out of their firm. But we don't really have to worry about that. We're not making we're not pulling out $2 million in a single pull. And just FYI, they just got done banning a bunch of affiliates just recently because they were hearing all this stuff that all these affiliates are, they can do what they want. They get their payouts, but if you don't have a platform, they don't care about you. And I would say they made it very clear that's the farthest from the truth. You might get a quicker response by having a social media platform, but they just got done banning a few people. If you look on X, you can find out the names. I've been off X, so I've just gotten the headlines. But yeah, screen record everything. I would say 48 hours. All right, so we're breaching the 4-hour fair value gap here. Still no first presented fair value gap. Yeah, screen record every trading session. It's not good for just record, but it's good for your education. Screen record so you can revisit how you took trades when you're not emotionally invested. It's a great learning tool. I did lots of that. I still record, obviously, everything, but I don't watch them as much as I used to. I mean, when I'm on the live stream, I sit here and I'm thinking about the trade that I just lost in front of everybody. So I think about my trades. I'm thinking about the trade that I just took, that I just lost. I took a 50 handle. What was it? It was a 40 handle loss on. $45 handles. Took a 45 handle loss. This one was 2 micros. I took 2 micros on that trade. Down $180. Yeah, we got our first fair value gap. Very small. London low, or a London low being tagged right there. Which let's go to an hourly. Is that low there? All right, let's just wait. See if we get any reactions around these levels. There hasn't been any pullbacks either that we can trade trade into either. I kind of want to just take a temporary short here. But I think that would be foolish. Way to go, John. Way to go, Ricardo. Awesome. Nice job. I like hearing people making money. Because I didn't. We will. Yesterday, we had a phenomenal trade yesterday. It had a 100-point move yesterday. I will say, though, it was after an unfortunate loss. Yeah, 930 pump did play out. I haven't done that in a while. What are we reaching for? That's just crazy. This 4-hour candle is 300 points, and most of it came $150. We're up 100, 200 points. We filled the hourly, we filled the 4-hour, we've blown through the London low. We are in a 15-minute fair value gap. There is nothing higher than this except for liquidity, internal and then external liquidity. I can't trade it. I can't trade it. Even though the FOMO is real. We'll get something else. Patience. And you know the feeling that you're getting probably right now of like, oh, I missed the trade. It's slightly anxious. You feel slightly edgy. You feel slightly on tilt, but you're not there. You're not on tilt, but you know it could be there. You know that, you know what I'm talking about? It's sitting right there. That is what you got to be careful about. Recognizing that feeling. Recognizing those emotional draws. So to help prevent that for me, I closed down those accounts. I'm not gonna trade those. For right now, I will, for the time being, accept that loss as my loss for today. I've opened up my personal account at this moment. We'll see if anything presents itself. Got 5 minutes till 10 o'clock here. Well, that inversion to the upside there would be nice if we didn't hit that high, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. Opening range gap, the opening range, well, it depends on what you consider the opening range. Some people consider it 15 minutes. Some people consider it 30 minutes. ICT considers it 30 minutes. So the opening range would be from the 930 low to this high right here. That's going to be the opening range. My plan right now, I don't have a plan. It's just moving higher. I don't know exactly what the target is. I'm thinking it's this, but it could be the liquidity sitting up here. If that's the case, I was interested in taking an inversion to the upside, but it already ran liquidity. So we can't do that. We did have a minor sweep of liquidity right there. That was nice. So there's the 30-minute range. Some people will take a Fibonacci tool, drop it on the low, put it on the high, put target fibs up, and you can see where potential targets could be. Look where that is. One standard deviation from that opening range is the 4-hour fair value gap down here. So we have a sweep of liquidity right here. This is what I look for as far as my motto goes. I want to see 4-hour sweeps. So this is a 4-hour high right here, and we just swept it on the new 4-hour candle. So if we start getting displacement this direction, I'm open to taking a short. The earliest possible entry you could get would be either a turtle soup, which I'm not interested in. You could play an inversion to the downside to these relatively equal lows here. The other option is to play the breaker high, low, higher, high. We break lower, and then you take the trade. Now, we could still push higher, and it still would be considered a sweep if we start displacing in this direction. So that's what I'm waiting for to see what price wants to do right now. I thought we already hit the previous week high. We have another previous week high. That is true. That's a good eye there, Ryan. That is a weekly high. Why can't I find this thing? Yeah, I mean, that would be okay. If we hit this previous week high, we go from not being bearish anymore to potentially bullish. If we close, I guess it could wick above it, but if we close up here, watch out. Watch out. Look at the bodies staying below the 15-minute fair value gap level. I don't know. I think it might sell. We might get a decent sell-off here. And if we get a sell-off, it would be just 50% of this price leg is what I would be looking for. That's 100 points. We could take that. Be a 50-point trade potentially. Yeah, I want to go short. I want to look for a short here. I think we can retrace a little bit. There's the inversion to the downside. For me, I think it's a little premature. You would target these lows right here. A revisit of this level, I probably will take a short. We got a high, low, higher high here. Yes, we could probably wait for it to sweep down here, because it could just continue its push higher if you are bullish. So let's see how we close here, and I'll decide if I'm going to take it or not. All right, if we close above this, I'll get out. I can't ignore this. It has my 4-hour sweep. It has a clean breaker to the downside. We have room. Yes, it is in a bullish environment, so if we close, if we are showing strength here, then I'll get out. Let's see if this holds. It'd be something like that for right now. Take care, John. Just waiting for this large candle to show up. Large displacing candle to the downside. I might take one off and leave a runner. If we can get this displacement. I would take one profit probably at that fair value gap that hasn't been tagged yet and leave another one lower. But that's the plan as of right now. This is one spot I was considering taking profits right here. A London low. That was a breaker. It was this fair value gap, I should say, not necessarily that London low. This fair value gap right here. Let's see if we can push through it. Closed above it. I'm going to take one profit, one contract off. Move my stop to this swing high. That would be and see if we can continue to move lower. The blue line is the entry. Now it's a sit and wait game. I'm not liking how lethargic price is dropping here. It doesn't show me the normal price action I usually see to the downside. I'm not as excited about it. I really want to see some displacing candles. And if we can't do that, I can either leave my stop at break even, or I could just close and take profits and wait for something better. I'm thinking of closing this here. I'm going to close it there. Multiple reasons. I have a, it could still drop, sure. From an hourly and 4-hour perspective, what if there's going to be a fair value gap here? What if we're going to have a fair value gap here? How low do we go? I don't know the answer for the creation of a fair value gap. It's hard to play against this large candle. It's just too bullish. So to anticipate that it's going to come all the way back down here, I think that's short-sighted. I'll take the, what is it, 100 points? Yeah, that's a 100-point trade. and we can wait for something else. So that was what, 20, 25 handles? Hey, it's not bad. I for the last week I was in some drawdown for my personal account. Push that back up. We're close to 5,000. I think I'm gonna probably make a video on how to build a personal account from 500 to 5,000. I think I'm probably gonna do that. It is definitely a different beast that I've trying to build a personal account. Well, it looks like that might have been a good spot. We'll see. I just don't like the look. You see the consolidation. I'll sit out. I'll sit out. I think that was a phenomenal entry. It was a great read. It had my model. It had my sweep of liquidity. Everything I could ask for, it presented. The only thing that I have not seen is the follow through inside the macro time. So what does that mean is we could wait till 11 o'clock and might get a better move. We took this move at 10:08. And my guess is we're probably going to stay this way for the next 20, 25 minutes. Do I still need to flatten? I don't think so. No. Thank you looking out for me, Jamie. I trade on Tradify or Ninja Trader. You can find the link down in the description. Ninja Trader is the platform I'm using. It's owned by, this is Trade of 8, but it's owned by Ninja Trader. So you sign up through, you can sign up through Ninja Trader. We could get a retest. We could get a retest of this level here. That's not unrealistic to take the breaker on the second stab of this level. It might sweep this high, and if it stays down here, that could still be a second opportunity for a breaker. So typically there's, I think usually 3 opportunities, or you can see up to 3 opportunities. The initial breaker, the retracement back up to the breaker, and then sometimes a third sweep of liquidity followed by the displacement. The third one is probably the least reliable because you're seeing a pattern of higher prices, or a pattern of lower price action moving lower being quenched. So the strength is there. So when you're seeing strength and it reacts at that level multiple times, it could mean it's going to break through. But in this condition that we're looking at, I just don't think that's. I mean, the main reason I got out is because I'm like, this looks too strong. Yeah. Let's see what it gives us. I mean, the 1030 models, you're looking for a fair value gap at 1030 or 1031. If it drops, if it tags the fair value gap at 1030 or 1031 without violating, if there's one at 10 and 1030 and 1031, it can't violate the 1031. But if it hasn't and respects it, you take a long or you take a short. In the case of a bullish fair value gap, you take a long. You take a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2 risk to reward. In this case, I'd be interested in the longs, not the shorts. I mean, no matter what you do, you got to have some common sense. Even for my 930 model, the breaker, the 3 p.m. reversal, all of these, yeah, you could take the trade every single time, but there needs to be some common sense in why you're taking the trade. Right now, everything just looks very bullish. So taking a 1030 model into against that liquidity or against that draw, I think is just short-sighted. It's just not, it's not good trading. So we would need to see an expansion candle right here, and then the following candle not close or do an immediate retracement. The other thing I wouldn't be interested in is if we sweep the high and then drop into the fair value gap. I don't know if I'd be interested in that either. It doesn't look like we're going to get one today. Hit the like button, folks. I got our daily affirmation ready to go. Hit the like button if you want to see the affirmation. $20 likes. Give me 20 likes and we'll do our daily affirmation. I have pulled myself off of X, so I'm not on X, and so I'm not posting there. So if you're looking for the daily affirmations there, the only place you're going to see them is here. or inside the Discord. So here's an example of a sweep of liquidity, still respecting the breaker. Their confirmation honestly would be the inversion right here, but I'm not interested in it at this point. Just knowing the structure of what I'm seeing here, I'm just not interested in it. If in 30 minutes we get the hourly candle to close here, giving us this hourly fair value gap, then I would be interested in a drop. Does that make sense? Do you understand why? Hourly fair value gap creation, draw on liquidity, continued expansion, if it wants to do that. So you give me 11 o'clock, I'll take a short. But right now, I'm not as interested. All right, let's do our affirmation for today. This one is based on Galatians 6, chapter 9. I'm going to read it for you. And let me do you a favor. We will put it right here so we can see the charts. So we can see, so we can be distracted. What the heck? Galatians 6:9 is, let us not become weary in doing good. For in the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. This is our affirmation for today. Today, I do not give up. I persevere when it's hard. I stay consistent when it's slow. And I remain faithful when results aren't immediate. In due season, I will reap because I refuse to quit. I want to put emphasis on the part that I didn't put in this. And the Bible says, let us not become weary in doing good. Let us not become weary in doing good. That is doing the right thing when no one else is watching. That is doing the right thing when people are watching. It's doing the right thing when you know you're supposed to do it. And stay consistent at it. Even if you're not seeing results from it. Let's not give up. Let's not give up. The only way the enemy has you defeated is if you give up. Let's persevere. Let's build that faith within us. It says the persevering of your faith produces endurance. The testing of your faith produces perseverance. And we need perseverance so we can finish the race that's been set before us. Let's do it, guys. This one feels emotional for me today. I feel this one today. Let's refuse to quit. Don't quit. Let's not give up. So here's an example. That's an example of what I mean by there's usually a second opportunity. Oh. 5-minute did not give us a change in state of delivery here. It closed above that. So all right, take a look at this, the breaker. Now we're gonna put a actual line here. If we get up to close to 11 o'clock and we hit this level, I might consider taking it. I'll be right back. That's your model. You wait for a sweep of liquidity, look at the wicks showing lack of movement higher, and then you take a trade lower. Potato soup is far superior. I don't know. Turtle soup, it's just stuck. All right, we're going to get a new 15-minute candle here. Still inside this 15-minute. Still technically bullish, but we're seeing signs on a lower time frame. I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to watch this level. See if we find resistance here. I don't know if I'm going to take it on the first breakthrough. I might wait for additional confirmation because I could see us sweeping this high and then rolling over. So I might use a breaker as my initial point of interest, but look for an inversion to the downside as my confirmation. We will wait. We will wait and see. $30-minute has a untagged fair value gap. That's attractive. I like that. 30 minutes gonna close here in 13 minutes. I prefer it to get up here and not actually run that low right now. No, it looks like it wants to drop right here. I really want it to go higher. Oh, you think it's going to push higher, Ryan? I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced on a higher push. A bit higher? What's higher? What are you looking for? What hasn't it shown you yet that you need to see? Is it just generic a bit higher? Is there a specific level? What is it? My eyes are tired. I'm tired. All right, so the 30-minute. Minute has been tagged. Break of structure on what time, Mary? I was shorting this, but not anymore. I was waiting for it to come back up here. When we get down to equilibrium of this range, it could be this range from here, from the top to here, or it could be all the way down here. Either way, when we hit equilibrium, I'll be interested to see, do we react higher? I'm not sure what that level is going to be. Right now I have it set to this swing low at 915. All right, so we're pretty close to the tag of this small fair value gap, which was that our first presented fair value gap? It is. That's our first presented fair value gap. Nothing, no inversions, no fair value gaps here. Technically, if I held that breaker that I was trading and I didn't sell it and I didn't move my stop to break even, I would still be in this trade. We never hit the stop loss. If there was a fair value gap here, I would be interested in taking along to like these highs right here. But there's no fair value gap, so I'm sorry guys, I'm tired. So this is what trading feels like when you don't take any trades. When you're not just clicking the button. It's kind of boring. Yep. That's what trading's supposed to be like. Boring. Just waiting. Yeah, 1 hour is closing in 30 seconds. No coffee today. I had coffee 2 days, or I had coffee yesterday. Just want to make sure I'm not getting high on caffeine. Yeah, I will, Dr. Wolf. There will be a day I do that. If I'm being honest with you, I'm waiting to hit my goals. I'm waiting to hit my goals. I haven't shared the full testimony. I have it scripted out. What do you got? What do you got? You see that price action just pushing higher right here? All right, while we're waiting, I mean, my eyes are perking up. Let's see if we can get up there. While we're waiting, let's look at the hourly. Okay, so we closed here, candle there. We have an hourly fair value gap here now. Does that make sense? It doesn't have to fill this. It could just move higher and not tag it. But it could do a little bit. This could be just a retracement candle followed by an expansion candle. So we got to be careful. From a 15-minute perspective, what does this look like? We've dipped into the 15-minute. Still respecting this 15-minute. That is some good information. All right, I'm going to... Did we close above that 4-hour? Yeah, this is definitely bullish. I just don't know how much it wants to retrace. Or can we take a trade higher? You know, guys, I might change my position here. Look at this bullish breaker. Low, high, lower, low. We sweep into the 15-minute fair value gap. If we see displacement here and it gives us a strong candle, I might take that to see if it wants to go higher. I'm not opposed to that at all. That puts me in a predicament because I'm seeing both sides of the market. Dr. Wolf is a doctor in your country, and I'm pursuing trading. Most people see me weird when they find out I'm doing this, but I do think it is amazing and potentially better than medicine. I think so too. I think it gives you flexibility. However, it depends on what you mean. It's better than medicine. Financially, maybe. But the question I think you need to answer for yourself, Dr. Wolf, is this what the Lord has for you? Is this what the Lord wants you to do? Because it is more about obedience than it is money. Because if you obey, the finances will follow. I'm going to take a long right here, I think. I don't know. Let's see. We're filling this last 1 minute fair value gap right here. I'm going to go long. I'm taking a contract long. One contract. If we violate this fair value gap, I'm going to get out. I'm going off of this breaker here. The retest, I'm looking for a failure swing right here to then go up into this level. That's what I'm looking for. It might not give it to us. I like it though. I'm keying off this reaction of that first presented fair value gap as well. I think this is going to go right through all of this. Bias is bullish. We were going to play the retracement. We still could. We could still see how it reacts here. Let's just see if we get follow through. I don't even know if I'm right yet. If we can get through this internal high here, I'll move my stop to break even, and it becomes a free trade. Hey, awesome, BC. I'm glad it's helping. Macro times. It's not what moves price, but it's our best opportunity to get in and not get faked out. Way to go, Dr. Will. That's awesome. I really need it to push now. This is not what I want to see. I think I'm going to move my stops to break even. If it comes down here, I don't want to be a part of it anyway. It's not getting that expansion that I want. There's no reason for it to come back down here unless it's moving that direction. So we'll protect our capital that we got, and this is a free trade. We'll just see if it can give us a push. Go big or go home. You know what I'm saying? A lot of low resistance liquidity right there. Just boom. Blow right through it. I technically should put, I think I'm going to put this at the midpoint of these wicks. There's a volume imbalance here that in case it wants to wick down into. Right there. That's the volume imbalance I'm talking about. Nah, doesn't look like we're gonna get it. Oh, ba-ba-dee-ba-doo-bo. All right, stopped out there, took a small loss, $20, up $80 on that account, personal account. I think we're going to be done here, folks. It's not doing anything here. We're going to call it a day. God bless you guys. We will be back here tomorrow, Thursday. Thursday is full of news. Unemployment claims at 8:30, and Friday we got core PPI. Today there's no news today, so we will take the green on a personal account. We'll take the L on the funded accounts, and we will, at least for the morning session, call it a day. With that, guys, God bless. Stay safe, and we will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.